Let's go. I don't know if you can see it, but that tree looks like it has a, yeah, okay. Strange. Carving into this.
E plus C. S plus F.
It's petrified almost. That's a big tree.
Yeah, oh, okay. Well, go ahead, don't wait for us. I don't know what we're doing.
Same here.
Yeah.
Just wherever the day takes us. Hey, you want to go and stand next to the big tree? Okay, go stand next to the big tree.
Look at that. Yeah, that's nature.
Yeah, just a gated one.
Poison ivy right there. It's actually riddled with poison ivy. This trunk is maybe like 2.5 of me. They have signs all around. Ooh, look at that guy. That's a big papa right there. They got a big papa and the uncles. I was looking at some of the little visitor icons. It said that these were about 1100 in time. So like age of the Vikings pretty much. If I had to relate that to a timeline, which is quite a long time ago. These trees have seen generations of man. Nature trying to stop us. You gotta try harder than that. I've actually been driving through the Redwoods for the past 4 hours or so, and I just finally decided to stop. I really wanted to get some hiking done before I actually left the Redwoods, and saw some road signs in an information center. I went and got a trail guide, and this seemed like a good start. When I came into here, they had an elk viewing meadow. Didn't see any elks, but they had lots of trails, lots of scenic views. This one in particular has river routes. I really like the rivers and the nature side of things. I like all the critters that I find in there. Because where there's water, there's usually life. I see some of these are kind of scorched. What appears to be almost like they got hit with fire. I hope not, but it's beautiful here though. This reminds me of the Planet of the Apes, when Caesar is out living as a nomad with his tribe of primates, and they're all jumping through the trees, living in them. It's peaceful out here. Good for Caesar. Good pick. If I were to live permanently, this is probably where I would choose to go. Everything you need is here. And in the ocean as well. It's very close. These plants remind me of like Jurassic Park. Get those velociraptors jumping out of the bushes. It must take decades for these trees to decay once they've fallen. And who knows how long they actually live. You probably don't even know. Probably just keep growing. I mean, we've backdated them since their birth, but I imagine they've died of natural causes, but I'm sure there are plenty that are still growing.
You know who I thought of? Diane.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh,
Foothill.
No dogs. Okay. So that one, I don't know if we can see here, but it's been dead for a while. You even got, oh, he's actually got living branches still going out of it. Who knows what's going on there? Even when it's dead, it's living. Unless it's trees growing out of it. I've seen that a couple times here. Life growing off of life. Or death, for that matter. But if I were a small tree, that's probably the best place you would go to survive, because that's where all the sunlight's hitting. All these little plants down here are most definitely not getting any sunlight from these guys. Rotary International. Oh. Yeah, I think those are trees because you see them growing off the stumps. Down trees. Hello there. Strange how they just left this big honking branch here. It's like giving everybody a high five for doing the hike. It's like the perfect amount of shade and light as well. Oh, so they have these, there's a lot of raspberry bushes around here, and it doesn't appear that they are in season because they're pretty ripe looking, but some of them are, and occasionally when I find them, I've been eating them. Birds must love it out here. Big gaping hole. Oh wow.
That one there totally lost its top, but it's still got a bunch of limbs and greenery on it.
So some of these have fallen. And the rooting system has completely uprooted itself. And it just looks like this huge, I don't know, you can just see the whole system. But it uproots the whole ground around it. Manage a tree that's all tipping over. There's nothing that's gonna hold that fucking thing down. But I wonder how the wind comes. Strong winds hit through here. Being so tall, they don't look like they really get narrow towards the top though. I mean, they do, but not by much. Looks like they're just pretty thick all the way up. But who knows? I can't even see the tops of them so high. Given this is during the pandemic, it's kind of a strange time because you get half the people out here with masks, the other half don't. And about half the trails are closed. A lot of the main attractions, the ones with like the waterfalls, the rivers, the very nice scenic streams, the ones that are usually heavily populated, are all closed down. So you're kind of limited to these secondary routes, which doesn't make sense because everybody just crowds to those. So there's no sense of shutting down the main ones. The visitor center. Something on my shoe. High nails. There's clovers glowing on the left and right. I've been occasionally looking for the 4-leaf clover, hoping to give my day some luck. See if I get lucky today. Little streams. I would drink right out of there. Oh, this is what I'm talking about. Raspberries. See, there's some blue ones here. So you can eat these ones. Our raspberries. But see how they're still green? Good for you getting out here. See, look at this juicy red one. No, I'm okay. I'm okay on that one. So I grew up in upstate New York. And that's why I know what these are, because I'd always prick my legs on them.
Wow, guys, it's so cool.
What a world. I mean, I can walk down a dark path. Heck yeah. Ooh. Trying to look for little critters. There's a little fish in there. I thought it was a little salamander at first. Ooh. Little minnows surviving. Oh man, it's like a perfect little. Too bad that a river wasn't a little bigger. I'd love to see like salmon or something swimming through these redwoods. That'd be the perfect scene. I'm glad I brought this walking stick with me, because these berry limbs are all reaching out into the walking path, so I'm having to move them away from my legs in order to prevent piercing them. But that's it for now. The stick here I'm hiking with, I picked this up about 8 months ago at an oasis I hiked in Southern California, and I've just been throwing it in my trunk for that long. Every time I go on a hike, I'm ready to go. I feel like that's rule number one of hiking. Bring a stick. I found so many uses for it. Move things out of the way. Help you maintain stability. If an animal comes or something that could potentially kill you, such as a bear, a mountain lion, cougar, any predator, any meat eater really, you got something to defend yourself. But I mean, I haven't used mine to defend myself. Mainly for stability. It's kind of like having a third leg to keep you up, because in these environments it's not exactly walking compatible. Sometimes you'll find obstacles, you know, rock slip, gravel, fallen trees. I had vines kind of reaching out into the trail that had barbs on them, so I can use the stick to kind of gradually push them away without having to maneuver around them. I've only seen the older folks with sticks, which I understand why you would want one if you were a little bit older, but a lot of these younger folks, I think they're new into hiking, which is awesome. But get a stick. You'll feel a lot better about hiking, and it'll make it easier to explore. I'll have to look it up, but I'm curious how much it rains here, because you would think all these trees, all these large trees, would need lots of water. I mean, you know well that they get lots of sunlight, but how are they thriving? I know there's streams. Maybe the roots reach all the way to the streams. It's like an adaptive nature. Because who knows how large these roots are to these things and how tall they are. I wonder if they're just as big externally as they are internally into the ground. Dang, look at that. We'll go peek down there for a minute. It's a little off trail, but it's like a little hut, man. Oh, wow. This is where I would live if I was stuck out here. You even got your own little water source. It's beautiful. Man, you could live in these trees. Provides cover, shelter. Yeah. It's kind of hidden too. I mean, I found it because I was just looking for it. I look for things like this, but I like the off-trail activities. On trail is very scenic, but usually you find the best scenic routes when you're not on a route. I don't know what the rules are for national parks as far as wandering. I wonder if the elks are actually pretty dangerous. I know they're pretty large. I know they're as large as a moose, but they do have their antlers. And they're much larger than a deer. I would say they're 2 to 3 times larger than a deer. I don't think they're as dumb as deer either. I've gotten pretty close up to deer. I don't think I could ever get close to an elk. Ah, look at that. Ah, how soothing. It's up going towards that left side. To the left, to the left. Oh, look at that. Is that a little outhouse? I forget what they call those. They're not Smurfs, they're trolls. That's what they're called. Little trolls. They came out in like the 90s. It's probably been there since the 90s. Maybe in 2000s. Probably 90s. Whenever Kirby came out. Hey, yeah. I wonder if the natives lived throughout here. Imagine they did. Given it's pretty plentiful what they need. See, look at this guy. Looks like something shaved off all of its branches, but gives you an idea of how tall it actually is. I couldn't even guess, man. For some reason I want to say 144 feet, but it could be 2 or 3 times that. Just the sounds in general that you hear out here. Granted, there's nobody on this trail, so you can really hear them. But I can hear a flowing stream to my left, birds chirping above. Occasionally you'll hear like a termite heaven right here. It's where termites come to spend their eternal lives. Hi.
Не, ну должна я просто говорю. Я не про саму свадьбу.
Oh, we're getting deep into here. We've entered the jungle. They have like little pods underneath them. Oh, the woodpecker. Alright. That's it until next time. A leaf drop or movement in the bushes, you know? It's kind of soothing to me. I love North Country. Somebody left their stick. That's a big stick. Hello, it's nice to meet you, sir. Where are you from? Okay. Nice meeting you. Somebody put the glasses on the wood. Oh, look at that. We are most definitely gonna check that out. What do we have here? It looks like somebody started a fire in here, to be honest. That's why it is the way it is. It's just charred. Yeah, that was set on fire. It's unfortunate. I wonder why that happened. This is the core. See, the core is pretty much wearing from the inside out. I would assume that once the core is gone, the whole tree is gonna collapse in itself. It's gonna be rough when a fire starts out here. It's like, what do? There's no fire hydrants. Bring helicopters in full of water and just hope you set it. The fire is spreading between each attempt of trying to put water on it. Oh, there's an owl out there. I hear it. Perfect place for an owl. I'd say it's like the top predator. Top flight predator, that is. That one's hollow too. With burn marks. I'm really surprised that I don't see any creatures kind of like skittering across the trail. What I'm used to in New York, when I go and hike the Adirondacks, is you'll see like toads just scurry across. Or you'll go to the river and maybe you move a couple rocks or move some logs. You'll find some salamanders right underneath. some crawfish, snakes for that matter, all kinds of birds. But there might just be too many people around this destination, given it's so touristy right now, that the wildlife kind of stays away from this zone. Turn right here to cross the big tree and Big Tree and Foothill Trail. I took a picture of the trail, Big Tree. So I parked my car beside the road, which was the trailhead. I got a picture of the trail markers. That's not quite where we want to go, but we are almost done. So we'll enjoy this while we can. Oh God, tell me you can go inside of here. What? I mean, you can, but it's actually not that deep. But this is like 3 trees in one. If you could walk through this whole thing, pretty nuts. It's like, I've been looking for the petrified wood at the local shops, but I haven't found any yet. It's good just to breathe this air. I don't know why. I've been living in the city for about 7 years now, 7 years straight. And just the difference in air quality when you come here, places like this, versus in the city, you just generally feel better. You can inhale deep and not like feel the urge to feel suffocated. Bunch of oak trees growing down there. Ooh, that big boy right here broke from the top. Still holding up strong though. Moss growing all up on it. This is like the trail less taken. This is just quite the sight when you have these trees uprooted and you can see the understructure. Oh man, I bet you there's some animals living underneath this thing, or inside of it for that matter.